Hello, and welcome. I don't have anything too special for today, but I did want to get back on the online scene. I've been not hiding, but just a bit busy after I played the Chelavision tournament. That drained me. Actually, it was four rapid chess rounds and four classical time controls. I I did actually pretty okay for being the first tournament, I think. I haven't played over the board in 13 years, maybe 14 years, I don't know. And I'm not focusing too much on the final score for the tournament because my level of play was very high. I am very satisfied with it. I beat some pretty strong players, and in the games that I lost, I always had, okay, except for one game or two games out of eight, I always had an advantage, a very significant advantage. So I'm very happy with that. I need to work more on my rhythm of play. I played very slow, and I even lost a game on time, even though there was a 30-second increment. So that was an experience. I never thought that was possible, and but it was. I still consider it a success. I think it was a very good tournament for me. I will try to play the Mummies tournament in Lund. That is, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of October. And it's the same format, I believe. It's four rapid rounds and four slow rounds. But we will see. Again, this is all just an experience. I'm just having so much fun. It's really great. It's really great. But today we are on chess.com. Feel free to challenge me. Feel free to just stop by, say hi. Let's see, I think I will start with some tactics actually, because I haven't done any chess. Oh yeah, that's one thing I learned about myself in this tournament. I need to study openings. I need to study openings. I spent way too much time on the openings, and that takes a toll. I came out of the openings usually at least with equality, in most cases with some advantage, but I did spend a lot of time. So it taught me that my chess level is pretty high, but lack of knowledge made me use a lot of time. I dare to estimate my chess strength around the 2000 FIDE mark, around that. I still don't have an official rating because I didn't play that many games, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, tactics. Again, I'm gonna focus on accuracy, not on time. Yes, one thing I have to remember, because I usually forget, is that I cannot draw arrows. I like to draw arrows when I'm solving puzzles online, which probably isn't the best idea, but that's how I tend to do it. So first thing I'm looking at is queen e6. Queen e6, double attack on the knight. There are three moves that I see: rook c7, queen g7, and rook h7, all defending the knight. I can put even more pressure with rook c3, but I'm listening to the music just a little too loud, lowering the volume. Yeah, it's better. Okay. Sorry, with rook h d3, but then the other defender can come in, and I don't think that solves a lot of things. There is also queen b6 check. If king goes to the e file, there's another check with the rook e3 check. But at that point, knight e5 is possible, blocking. And I don't think sacrifices help. Rook d takes e5, pawn takes check. King, it's maybe safer. Oh yeah, because this pawn would be here, but then this is hanging. This pawn would hang. So the king has to go back to the d file. And this is the first move that I'm considering right now. Queen b6, first case, king either here or here. Then rook check. Then if knight blocks, then we have the idea of of rook takes knight, pawn takes, rook takes with check. If the king cannot move to f6, so has to move to f7 or d7 or d8. If goes to d7, there's rook takes with check. And if king g7, there's checkmate here. If king goes back, I think we can take the queen, but that doesn't feel like it's enough. Oh, okay, yes, we can take the queen, and if king takes, then we have queen f6 check, and one of the rooks falls. Okay, so that's a long line, but I think that works. The thing is, the king doesn't have to do all those things. If, from the first move, if queen b6, there's rook c7 blocking. Rather good move. Rook takes knight, king takes. Rook d3 check, king. Well, if king c8, we actually have queen a7 threatening checkmate. And I don't see how black escapes from that checkmate threat. Oh, there are checkmates from the black queen. Queen h6 check. King b1. Or maybe even stronger, rook takes e2 check. No, not necessarily. The queen is on the white queen is on the a8 and the a7 square, protecting c5. So that doesn't really work. I am liking queen b6. I liked queen e6 first because it looks very active, but I don't think it accomplishes the goal. Then we have another option. We're taking the knight directly. Rook takes d7 check. There's only one move, king takes rook. Then we have a couple of options. First option, queen. I want to play queen d4 so the rook can move freely around here, but I don't think that works. I want to play queen d3 so I can take on f5 with check, but it doesn't really threaten anything because it would be check. So first move, I'm thinking rook takes knight, king takes rook, queen d4, queen d6 blocking, and how to continue. Queen a4 can block in a few ways, even with the queen, and then the king gets stuck there. So I don't think rook takes is good enough. Queen b6 feels a little counterproductive, but it's probably the right move. I'm going against my instinct because my instinct is telling me to play queen e6. That's what my instinct is saying. My instinct says queen e6 is good enough. I think in 2 minutes the Nadal-Tsitsipas match is starting, the Rogers Cup final. That should be interesting. Okay, let's go for this. Trying to be smart about it. Yep. Now I'm looking at what is this? Okay, that was an ad. Sorry about that. Okay, rook takes knight, king takes, rook d3 check. The knight, the king moves anywhere on the e file. That's a win for us. We take the rook and we gain material. If the king goes to c8, we play queen a7, and that's checkmate. So I really think queen takes knight now is accurate. I'm gonna go with that. Incorrect. Incorrect. Okay. So what did I miss? Let's go back at it. This one just queen takes. I guess we can increase the pressure, but then rook h7, queen a7. I don't see it. Queen a7. There's even queen h6 check. King b1 and queen f4. And that would even stop the check on b8, so that doesn't seem to work. What is the threat now? Because queen a7 right now. Queen a7. Queen a7. Oh, thanks, Sefcat, for the host. Thank you, much appreciated. Queen a7, queen b4. Just protecting the b7 pawn, so there's... Because after queen a8 check, I think I would want to play rook c8. So in this way, at least that is protected. Let's see. Oh, but we can increase the pressure on the c7 point. Yeah. And there's always this thing. There's always queen f4, which is very annoying. Let's move here. Yep, queen f4. Saw that. Nasty threats also. So can we take with check, queen takes? It's not enough. It's not enough. I know I can take here with check and then pick up the rook. I think that's the tempo that I need. Yep. Okay. So that was it. Just the wrong order. Just the wrong order. Let's see. After this, we can't continue this one, but okay, no, not even arrows. Okay. After this, I'm thinking king c8. King c8, queen takes h8 check. That's a mate threat, actually. Or it's actually a forced mate sequence. Yep. So king e8 is forced, and then again queen takes check. Then maybe block or whatever, but I think we are on time to prevent any checkmates. Yeah, that seems good enough. Okay. There's a check. There are two legal moves to play. Either we take the rook or we hide on h8. I'm not too inclined to discard the rook, because given that this is a tactics puzzle, it's usually the theme, and this is out of knowledge, not calculation, it's usually the theme unsound sacrifice. So just out of principle, I will take this. Let me run a quick material count. We would have a lot of extra material. So, okay, now I see it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Now I see it. King takes. Knight f5 check. Pawn takes. Queen takes f4. We lose our queen. And then that's where it gets tricky. We have to evaluate if we are actually winning or not. If we had some way to grab the queen, that would be great. But I think in this position that the theme is that the minor pieces outpower the queen. It's a sacrifice. White is given the knight and the rook for the black queen. This pawn is hanging, but there's a passer here, and that's going to be tricky to deal with. Yeah, I'm not too sure how to evaluate that position. Because also I don't want to just move the king. There's also... there might be ideas around perpetual, actually. Like rook takes a8, a7. Well, black could take with check. Queen takes e3 checks, queen takes, knight, rook takes, and that would be... oh, that passed pawn on b, that's a liability, that's a big one. I'm gonna take. Incorrect! We can see how the... well, it's only one of the two, right? We can see how I'm not in shape, but that's okay. This is not terribly fun to listen to, so I'm gonna skip. Let's see. Maybe this one is better. Going for the no copyright playlists. I don't want to deal with muted sound or anything like that. Haven't I solved this one before? I thought I had. I think I can play bishop d3 in this position because there's checkmate threat, so rook a1, rook takes a1 is not possible because of rook c8 checkmate. And I think, I mean, the knight is still hanging. Yeah, I think I can play this one. I can still take. That's the whole point. I can still take. There might be checks around it, but I can still take. And then this. Yep. Finally, some points. Okay. Well, of course, it's tempting to play queen h2 check, king f1. Oof. That rook on e7 is blocking the king, but how do we proceed? How do we continue the attack? How to continue? How to continue? Queen takes g2, king takes g2, that's forced. Knight cannot move. That's a queen over there. What about rook e2 right now? Rook e2. Rook e2 seems pretty strong. Rook e2 threatening queen h2 check, and then queen takes g2. That looks really, really strong. I guess after rook e2, white really has to play rook takes g3. And that's material. That's a bunch of material. Yeah, I'm going for rook e2. Yep. What now? What now? Because I could play rook f2 check, rook takes, pawn takes, queen takes. It's not enough. It is not enough. I didn't really think this through, right? I mean, I can play rook e4, tempo on the queen, but queen c5, for example, and I don't think I have anything. There's not even a check. Let's see. I want to either protect the rook or play queen. No, protect the rook. I'm leaning towards queen e8. Queen e8, but there's really not that much. I really don't see the move. I don't see the move. Give me the move. What is the move? What? What is this button over here? That's a bit interesting. Hadn't seen that button before. Wee, what is this button? I don't want to touch it. It looks like it's gonna give me a hint. We don't take hints, right? Okay, let's look at other options. Rook takes f4. Tempo on the queen, tempo here, so if king takes, we can just take the queen. Pawn takes, it's an exchange. Yeah, it's an exchange. But after this, we would have queen e8, and there's check. There's a check, and then we take the knight. So we actually earn material. Trying to figure out this one. If any of you see it, please comment to let me know. Here, rook takes. How does this help? How does this help? I don't see how this is of any help at all. Oh, wait. Rook takes bishop. Rook takes bishop seems good. King takes. Queen h2 check. King f1. g2 check. And then we promote. Yep. Bring it on. And we promote with check. Double check. Nice. Took me a while. What? Okay, I just want to make sure that you are seeing this number right here. This was a 2400 puzzle. This was a 2400 puzzle, 50% fail. Target time was 1 minute, so I took 5. I don't care, I'm going for accuracy. I'm doing things right. That is what I'm trying to do. To do things right. Trying to find knight jumps, knight jumps, knight jumps. Jump, knighty, jump. Okay. No knighty jumps. If pawn takes... Oh, wait a second. Wasn't this super strong? Why didn't black play this directly? Doesn't really go anywhere? I thought it looked promising. It looks scary at least. I wouldn't want black to play that. For example, if white were to play king h2, there's checkmate. Boom. Not fun. Do not play king h2. King f1, kind of around there, but really not. Knight d5 threatens to take here, attacking the rook, but there's not even a fork on f6. Maybe knight e5. Sorry, knight e2 is better. Knight e2, click. Stopping check ideas. Threatening to take here, maybe. Maybe. On a good day. It's kind of hard to play without this rook. So one thing black has done very nicely is activating their pieces. Kind of hard for me to find a move here. Let's say knight e2. Pawn takes. If knight takes f4, there is this double attack. G takes h3 check. Checkmate threat here. If king h2, there's rook g2 checkmate. So king f1 is the only move. And really not liking this channel. So many ads. Okay, king f1. Then there would be no more checks. Well, there would be h2, pawn h2, threatening another check and opening the h3 square for the queen. There's also just the very simple king g3, queen g3, and threatening checkmate on g2. Sorry, no, there's the knight. Knight is protecting g3, so that doesn't exist. Okay, but still I'm not finding it. I really don't feel this one. Seems like it's gonna be some super prophylactic move like queen f1, and then the claim is that, oh, we're guarding everything properly and everything is fine. So I think black's claim is f takes g, h takes g, knight takes g4 check, pawn takes g4, then queen g3 check, king again f1 or h2. So king h2 and then no, sorry. King h2 is not possible. King f1 is the only move. King f1, then pawn f3, threatening checkmate on g2. And if we try to protect with rook g1, there's at least perpetual on h3. Queen h3 check, for example. I'm gonna play knight e2 because it feels like it holds everything together. Okay, h takes, rook takes, Pawn takes. Queen takes with check. King. And I think that's safe. Yep. That was tough. 2300. I got it right. It took me a long time, but I got it right. I'm happy with that. No pass rate. I guess this is pretty new. It doesn't even list the attempts. Okay. Think fast. A player at your rating must solve this in time or less. Really? The puzzle is rated 2300 and I am rated 2000, so what's that about? Oh, okay, that's it. Let's go and play something. Let's lose some rating points if needed. 1510. Yep, let's go for some 1510. Did I click that or not? Okay. I'm actually not even sure what my rating is here on chess.com because I usually play in Zen mode or focus mode. So I'm not sure about anything. Okay. Seems pretty good. Here I can draw arrows. Yay, I can draw arrows. Okay. Pretty typical, c4. I know this is theory, but I usually forget my theory. Okay. There's sometimes ideas around here. I think I'll play bishop f4. Yep. Now I think I want to control e4. Okay. So they're waiting on me to play bishop d3 so they can recapture here with tempo. What I don't like about that line is that it usually goes like this. Bishop here, takes, then takes, and then there's c5 ideas, and I really don't like c5, so I'm going to battle this in a different way. I'm going to play c5 myself and lock the center. Anything like this. Oh, okay, so that's very nice. That's very nice of my opponent. I think they want to play themselves something like this break, and then I will be forced to play b4, and that's fine. So far I'm controlling. Yeah, they're going for this break for sure. For sure, because there's no break here yet. At the same time, they're preparing for this thing. So one way I could deal with this is to play knight e5 myself, so they wouldn't have knight h5. So takes. Maybe they can try to get away with that, but on this break, oh, if they play f6, then I'm screwed. I'm screwed. If they manage to play f6, I'm screwed. So no f6. This break is coming for sure. So this is the point where I realize that studying openings is very, very good. It really helps, because the point of the opening doesn't seem to be e4 anymore. It seems to be this break or this break. This break right now is really not possible, so they will probably go for this one. I think I need to get my king here. Which is not really in line with the whole tension. Yeah, this was easy to find. So I think my point right now is to try to play against their bad bishop. This seems interesting. Check, king takes, knight g5 check, bishop takes, queen takes, bishop back. It's a shame it doesn't seem to work. I'm giving up everything that I get and it doesn't seem to really work. If I play here directly, Tempo on the knight. Bishop takes. Queen takes. Bishop back. I can take, and that's actually good for me. Knight here. Knight takes. Can actually take with check. King h8 probably. Then pawn takes. Then g6. The knight here is safe. The bishop is gone, so bishop back. F takes g6. And oh, that doesn't work because of knight takes e6 check. So trapping the bishop doesn't seem to work. I might be on time to play queen c2 in that case. Yeah. Well, but what am I talking about? This one takes, then bishop takes. Oh no, that's checkmate here. It's a bit risky. It's something that I haven't studied. So knight g5. Knight g5, g6. Seems safe enough. It does seem safe enough. Oh wait, no. Knight here, g6, queen takes still. Pawn takes. This is check. If they were to play bishop, king f8, then there's bishop checkmate. But they can play bishop. They can play king h8, and then I'm screwed. So many lines, so many lines. Knight g5 seems very tempting to play, very tempting. I have no clue if this is theory or not, but it seems very, very tempting. Because I don't want to play something like this and exchange for this guy. This actually helps against this guy, against the bishop on c8. So that's not really my thing. Going back, yes, they will take. And what's a good reply? Taking here, so I can have some activity for the rook. And maybe on a good day do a rook lift. In theory, we should be capturing towards the center, but I guess in that case the idea is to push here, and I don't really want to open the center because this bishop is good enough as it is. It doesn't need opening. I'm gonna play this, and let's see what's up. Okay, they played fast. Maybe this is theory and I am actually losing everything. Yep. So right now I am down some material. I guess everything rests on the activity of the pieces. Now there's another thing. Maybe I can play here. There's this move, of course. And then g4. If king takes, I have this other move. And they are in some trouble. Also, I can just go back. Can I just go back? Then bishop takes seems okay. Let's go here. I think I misplayed this greatly. I think I misplayed this, but I'm not really worried about rating at this moment. So if I lose a ton of rating, I'm fine with that. think I can play this and there might be some fire. Yeah. Okay, so now do we try this? It's also about activity. This would be very welcome because of this check, whatever, and this. So I might be able to pick up this pawn as well. At the same time, this guy is nowhere even close to be activated, so seems pretty interesting at least. Yeah, I see what you're doing. I'm still not afraid. Let's go here. Opening routes for the other rook as well. Let's see. Because going to h5 is of course not productive enough. Maybe they have this now. That would be a shame. Okay. I see they are running a little short on squares. Well, they want to push here, of course, but is that really useful? Where does my knight want to be? Here, maybe. I need the other knight, though. Yeah, I think I misplayed this big time. Because if I play here directly, they can just push. There's a tempo on the queen. But then maybe I have this. And the idea is that they have a passed pawn. Let's bring the rook over. Need all the help I can get in this attack. If they push, this is actually good for me. Let's see, let's see. I think I misplayed the opening, of course. It's what I was talking about in the beginning. I don't study openings, and that's a mistake. At my level, I need to study openings. I've realized that normal gameplay, it's fine, but there comes a point where I am out of ideas in the opening, and then I have to come up with them on the spot, and that's not always easy to do. I'm no genius, of course. Yeah, I know that's coming, but that was part of the plan anyways. So let's bring this guy over. I am going all in. Going all in on this one. No respect for my opponent. If there is such a thing as respect in chess. Which I think there isn't, actually. I mean, we can respect our opponent, but at the end of the day, we're trying to prove that we are smarter than them. I don't want to play h4. It looks menacing, it looks really interesting to play. But it might open up ideas with queen h5, h4, and protected by this rook. I couldn't take here because queen takes. I'm actually fine with that move. I was thinking of playing here, Not because of a real threat, but takes. And I would have this check. King goes back. And this doesn't seem to cut it. Then maybe here? Some ideas around that maybe? I'm improvising big time. Not sure what gives more activity, but I think this maybe does it. Yeah, predictable, but it doesn't really stop me from playing anything. Check, takes, check. King. Queen is under attack, the rook is under attack. So this is a bad line. This check here. I don't have a way to prevent this. I guess I can play here and it provokes f6 and then g6 check. And then king goes back and this is bad for me. So I'm gonna play this instead. Let's see. There's activity, but there's really nothing. I have absolutely nothing in this game. Yep, so now he's preventing me from playing here. I think I can continue with like this. I mean, what's the risk? I am losing anyways. Oh, this is the risk. This is what's happening. This is what I missed. Yeah, I missed that one. G6 is good now. I am completely toasted in this one. I don't want to resign because they still have to prove that they find G6, for example. Maybe they have a different idea, or maybe they found it directly. Yeah, there's really so nothing here. I can play something like this, for example, but this is toasted. No, I'm going to quit this one. Okay, so not that. Can I analyze this in some way? Let's see. Yep, live analysis. Pretty sure knight g5 was a mistake. This has to be the whole thing. I don't want a real, like just go back, just go back. Settings. Am I analyzing in this position? Okay, so I guess this is the more accurate way of playing. I don't want to... Why does it keep opening tabs and going places? I just want the computer, the local analysis. Local analysis. Is it somewhere here? pre-move, challenges board, alerts, seek graph, connection. I don't care about that. Okay, so I am unable to go into a local analysis mode. I can't find it. Do I have to go to my games maybe? If I go here, okay, let's go to the third tab on analysis board with computer stuff. Self-analysis. This is what I wanted. Finally, okay. So G5, this is the mistake. They played knight takes. I played bishop takes, which seems to be good. King f8. Oh my god, no way. I missed this. Really? Really? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I discarded it directly and I didn't know why. Of course. Of course. Absolutely. Yes, please. Oh my god, I cannot believe I missed that. Well, so much for everything I said about my high level and stuff. That shows I need to be humble. I'm watching someone apparently, and they are playing fast. Okay, let's play one more, and I will try to do better. That did work. It's not fun when my brain discards something just because my brain is smarter than myself. If that makes any sense. Okay. Apparently no one wants to play with me. Oh, okay, now we have someone. Let's see. I have to get used to playing this time control because this is the tournament time control. Okay, so they go for that line. This is just a cheeky move. Queen c7 doesn't really hurt anything, so I played without much care. It's an idea to play this, and then there's pressure here. It's not really terrible. I've seen white play knight d, e2. I've seen it's usually fine playing queen d3, and even after something like this. Oh well, that's just a pawn, and I'm going for it. I don't care. A pawn is a pawn. Now it's them who have to prove something, not me. They have to prove that they can win a pawn down, and that giving up my dark square bishop is a fatal mistake. Please, 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 please play bishop here. That would be absolutely welcomed. That would be the best thing. Or even queen here, that would be nice. Okay. Now they have some trouble here with the opening, because they will spend 2 tempi more castling. Now I would want to play knight f6, pawn here, and then knight d6, knight d5, tempo on the bishop. That seems okay. After this, there's however queen g4, and if I castle knight here, well, I can just take the knight, and I'm covering checkmate, so that's okay. Duh, the knight is protecting. What am I doing? Here, this, and then yeah, I can take you with check though, and then pawn takes, and then this is less of an issue. Yeah, knight f6 seems good enough. Queen is kind of awkwardly placed, but it's fine. Now I'm trying to prove that I can castle and that everything will be fine. There is this weakness though, because the c pawn is gone, so the b7 pawn is weak. Not sure how to deal with that. Well, this is a theme to play that. Is he ever going to castle? Oh, maybe he's going on f2, then rook something, and then king g1. I guess that works. There are no queen invasion ideas now. I guess they are sort of afraid. Now I do want to play this. I want to play knight here. If there's an exchange, I would take with... I would take... Again, we are taught to take towards the center, so taking with the b pawn seems sensitive, but at the same time, taking with the d pawn, I still may entertain ideas of a pawn storm. If I take with the b pawn, none of this is possible, and we're struggling towards the center. Bishop activity, where does my bishop want to be? I think it will be hard for this bishop to find a life here in this diagonal. I think the bishop would not be terribly happy over there. And with any pawn move, I mean, as soon as this pawn moves, this guy will be sort of weak, so the pawn sort of has to stay in this mini diagonal, which is a shame. Playing here takes if I take with the pawn. These ideas start flooring up. So bishop b7 is no longer possible. There might be some pressure here soon, anyways. Because what I want to do is play this, and if ever is going to be a recapture here, then I have someone ready for that. Right now, pushing is an issue if there's a pawn on d5. So I cannot play d5 right now because of e5. That would be pretty sad. That would be a sad day. So this knight is the only one that could recapture here, that could capture on e5. Which brings me to determining that this move is not good enough. There isn't any activity against my queen yet. White cannot force my queen out yet. But eventually maybe covering this diagonal would be smart. Right now they cannot push this pawn further because I can take. And if bishop takes, then I can take the other bishop, and that's a pawn. It would be important that this wouldn't work if this pawn moves. If this pawn is not here, then they can actually push f4. Because then there's a recapture here at the end. So I think I'm gonna play d6, knight, and then maybe d5. It's a bit of a slow plan, but I think that's safe enough. And that, yeah. Is there any discovered check that I should be worried about? I think this is fine. I didn't see anything. It's just some food for thought. Well, this works now because I cannot take because of this discovered. I guess they're preparing to play something like that. I'll just castle. There's still no attack against my anything. But now this is not a discovered attack, so I could actually take the knight if there's some pressure around here. There's also this, there's usually followed by this knight jump and stuff. Bishop f4, I can play, yes, I should be able to play knight f5. Yeah, that doesn't really scare me. I can just go here actually and, you know, threaten something. This queen a5, threatening the pawn. Not the biggest of the threats, but keeping things in order, I guess. Keeping an eye out on everything, because it's difficult to just go back but to protect this pawn, but this pawn is not really under attack and it takes quite a while to get it attacked. Let's see, can I actually, if I were to move queen here, there's bishop, can I take here? Can I actually take the pawn, or am I getting trapped? I guess there might be something like this, because I don't have this square anymore. Then I think I have to play queen a3. Queen a3, and I think that would be safe. Yeah, I'm gonna play here. So yeah, this guy's no longer under pressure, which works for them. Okay, so they are playing fast. They are playing fast, and they're saying, I don't care about this. You can take it. Go ahead, take it. I dare you, I double dare you. But now this diagonal is more interesting for the bishop. That diagonal is interesting, and if they push me, I am actually happy to play this. I'm going to play it right away, actually. It's interesting, I should be focused on development. I shouldn't play rook here, for example, as an automatic move, because they can... No, they cannot exert pressure because my queen is here. That's a good defender. Okay, so you see how I'm spending a lot of time? That happens. Can I play this other knight here, though? With the same idea. Same idea. If I play here and they play g4, I think I'm in time to play knight here. This push, though, this pawn push, and I should have g6. I should have g6. I think they are coming pretty strong with f5, and there's knight, pawn, and bishop at it. This move gives me a valuable tempo. Yeah, this move gives me a valuable tempo. There might be these ideas though. But yeah, they're going all in. I think it's wiser to just return it. I mean, it doesn't give them any tempo at all. I don't want to have the knight here, because then they have ideas with bishop and then opening up. Oh well, but I might have something like this, and that seems okay. I need to worry something about the development. Split this one here, and I'm accepting this other line. Okay, so they have made their peace. They are going for that. All in on the pawns, full pawn attack, and playing with the tempo. Okay, I don't want you in my house, get out. Yep. Now, if I manage to exchange something, I think that will be good for me. Yep, that's good. There might be this idea though, so I have to be careful. I still have this move though. So of course they will be going for something like that. It's a matter of coordination though. This pawn is hanging. So it only seems sensitive to push it. and create my own threats around here. I think this is risky, of course, but I think I have it under control. Is it better to play something like this? Or to just push and keep a minimal pressure on this pawn? It's pretty hard to say. I can also try to open up myself. G6, pawn takes, pawn takes. There's a line here now. If they try to take, I can actually just take directly, so that doesn't really work. How to deal with this pawn? Yeah, let's push it. Let's push that pawn. Of course, they're playing against my time. They're not going for the best moves, I think. They are only going for the quick play, which is, you know, one way of playing. Nothing terribly wrong with that. What to do now? I think it's pretty clear that they're going against this pawn advance. Poof, poof, and doubling here. So, can I bring a threat of my own? Can I do something myself? What's the best way to react? Again, of course h6 is not possible. h6, bishop just takes, but h5, bishop here. It's not the end of the world. I can play knight h7 then. The problem though is that they can double and then I am in trouble. I need to be able to play this. And then I need this move though. Okay, I think I should play something like this. And hold on. Rook c8, double, push. Takes, takes. Because this gives me a way out. This is so dangerous. This is really, really dangerous. Maybe I should just play here. And if they double, I can actually just... Yeah, this seems pretty darn good. This seems so much better. It also stops the h4 pawn. Yeah, I like this. I think this has future. And f4, I can just still play g6. Pawn takes on pawn takes e5, pawn takes e5. I think that's okay. You can't play a Sicilian with fear. That's for sure. That's for sure. Now, how can I bring this queen into the game? Because the queen is really not doing anything. The other rooks are not doing anything either. Okay, now there's this other thing. I can now push f6 if f4, threatening the knight. Take. This guy is under fire. But I mean, I can of course defend it, and there's pressure against this pawn, and there's pressure on the king side, but should be manageable. This would be a good move to play, actually. Because if they take and take, then pushing here, I can take with the pawn. They take, there's a ping, but I can take them with check. That doesn't seem to work for them. So g6 seems pretty good. I'm liking g6. g6, there's this tiny threat of pushing, but I don't think there's any real concern. I'm going for this. Yep. Recapturing like that, just to open up lines for the rook. Gotta play faster, of course. They have spent less than 15 seconds per move. Or 10 seconds per move, less than 10 seconds per move. Which is a theme. Everybody seems to play so much faster than me. No matter the time control, everybody plays faster than me. I might play strong, but I play slow. Aha. Okay, so this is what I was looking at. Pawn takes, queen takes. Yep. Let's go for this. Because if they take here, I take with check. And that gives me some time to defend. I think I am not missing anything. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I know what I'm missing. They push and there's checkmate threat. That's what I'm missing. Oh no, maybe I am in time. Okay, maybe I am in time. So exciting. I don't think I am in time. I don't think so. I do not think I am in time because... Oh no, they can't play here. They cannot protect it directly. This is so exciting. I think I am one tempo on time. One. That pawn e3 covers the protecting square for the rook. Jesus, I think I am in time. Of course, this will be my next move, no matter what. I have to defend the square. Oh no, maybe this is better. This one is better, of course. Okay. So clearly I must play this now. And what's the game? They can't play that. Okay. Because this I'm still in time to go for it. I am also threatening this check, which is, you know, maybe nothing at all. Maybe absolutely nothing at all, but... Oh no, I'm threatening Queen A1. That's what I'm threatening. And that's a big threat. Or maybe it isn't. Ah, this is so exciting. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I need a massage. Can someone come and give me a massage here? Just on this shoulder, please. Like, yeah. Just work it, yeah. Either I'm getting mated or I'm absolutely winning this. Which is, of course, every Sicilian ever. Every Sicilian ever. Oh, now they're thinking. They spent less than 10 seconds per move up until the last 2 moves, maybe. So hopefully they're screwed. That's what I'm going for. I really hope they are screwed. Also, it's important to note that they can't move the rook anywhere. Okay. So what's up with this check? Check. Only move. Check. Takes. Takes. I think that works. Even here, no matter what. Check. Now, check. Yeah, they definitely played that way too fast. There is a lot of work to do, but I am up a rook, so between having a lot of work... Oh, they resigned. Thank you. Thank you for resigning. That is very respectful. I'm gonna add him as a friend, or her, I don't know. Report abuse, nope. Play versus computer, nope. Share, nope. Okay, let's go to computer analysis because that's the only way I know how to analyze it a little bit. I'm going for the self-analysis, so if they don't mind. Let's see here, everything fine. Yeah, so the computer likes it that I took on c3 with check. Let me just check something real quick. Yep, still looks good. Okay. So takes, queen takes. This seems to be okay. Knight f6, computer liking it. They played here f3. They played f3, which seems to not be the most popular move. Of course, this is just depth 15, so let's not get too carried away. d6. Computer liking d6. d6 seems like a mature move. There you go. High quality chess delivered by yours truly. I think my idea was to go knight bd7. I talked a lot. And they go for rook b1. Doesn't really do anything. Queen c7. Yeah, that's a typical move. I didn't go for that. I castle, which is still in the top 3. Knight bd7 was there. Oh, now they're liking Stockfish liking castling even more. Castling, playing top moves right now. Playing top moves. Took me a long time, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Then they played rook b3, which doesn't really do anything. Typical move, queen c7. I mentioned that. Second most popular move seems to be queen a5. I played queen a5. I liked it. That's what I felt. Okay. g4. g4, very aggressive. Very aggressive. It's up there. It's in the top 3. Seems correct. Now I played knight bd7, which... Oh, it's there. It's there. It's still getting there. It's around the top move. Around the top move. Okay. Knight bd7. They went for h4, which I didn't like. I did not like h4. h4 doesn't seem to be that good of a move. Knight c5 is in the top 3. Knight c5 is there, so I'm still playing well. I'm still carrying my stuff. Stockfish says that I have a pawn and better position. That's what Stockfish is saying right now. Rook b2, yep. I went for the exchange. Yeah, I thought maybe Stockfish wouldn't like the exchange. The reason why I went for the exchange is because there is a lot of energy here. With these advances and other moves, there's a lot of energy, and it's easy for the queen to jump back and opening things. These two bishops, to me, they are very threatening. They are for sure more active than this guy, for example, which is not even aiming close to the king. And these pawns, they're coming strong. So that's why I took here. At the same time, my knight is not doing anything. My knight right here is not doing anything. But, okay, Stockfish suggests to play e5, which I understand. It blocks the bishop, which was my fear. It blocks the bishop. I was fearing this bishop, and that's why I took. The fish says play e5, and this guy is buried. This guy doesn't have a life. The side effect is that then this guy is backwards. And then I have to babysit the pawn. And I didn't analyze e5. I actually didn't even consider it. I was ready to just take. So that's what I did. It throws away my advantage. If we look at the fish here says, oh, pawn and a half, pawn and a half. And here it says, oh, you lost a pawn. You lost a pawn. So it's still there. I still played e5 because I consider that exchanges worked in my favor. Also, this guy, even though it's backwards, it's shielded by this other one. So, yep, there. And I think I played this one immediately. I took. And they played fine, yep. And here, again, it took me a long time because I wanted to decide what to do with this pawn. First choice for me was to push it. Second one, play queen c7, and... Oh, no, sorry. Oof. That was a mistake. I thought I was still playing. For a second, I thought I was still playing. Okay, anyways. So I played b5. Top computer move. Apparently I'm playing well. At least for one move. They played rook g2. Interesting. It took me a really long time to come up with knight h5. So I hope it's good. King h8 is better. King h8 is better, but knight h5 is not bad. Oh, king h8 was so much better. King h8 was so much better. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I went for this, and then it took them a while. It was best for them to play f4 directly, and f4 I would have to take, of course. Then bishop takes, then here, and then there's this threat. Of course I have to play, and then yeah, I think this is a better implementation. I might still be on time, but the difference is that no, there's still a pawn here, so they still can't defend the f6 pawn directly. So this was still good. But the computer says that if they played f4 right now, that's advantage for white. So I definitely lost something. I lost a lot. My position went really bad. They didn't see it and they played this. And again, a lot of time calculating and things. I mentioned this. I thought of playing rook c8. I thought of playing rook c8, and that was again the top computer move. My move g6, it's still in the top 3, but a rook here apparently was needed. A rook on the c file apparently was needed, which I can see the usefulness, but that's also discarding everything that is going on here, like all of this energy. It's discarding all of that, and I couldn't do that, so I played g6. And here they went, I think, wrong. They went f4, which gives me a ton of play, apparently. I played the right move almost immediately, because I had analyzed that if they take here, I recapture with the f-pawn, and then this rook is coming alive. And also for defensive purposes, the rook can now go to f7 and defend this rank. But I can still maybe put some threats, because the king has to move, and king g1 might be the only move, and if the queen is not here, then I can actually come with another check, and it's a check party. So he played queen h5, which seems okay, and then here they had to go for the pawn. They had to protect this advance. They had to invest time in this. At the same time, they had to protect here, I guess. So I think this was the right idea. Queen f3. I would probably play queen c3. I would probably play queen c3 because I want to be ready for this. So if they take, maybe I would go back. I don't know. I know it's equal material now, but because I also don't want to allow pawn push these exchanges. No, that would actually work in my favor. Even if I lose a pawn, then this is, I'm not getting mated, and this guy is hanging at the end. Never even consider playing h4, king h8. Never even consider that. So they played f6, which is really terrible because I have queen c3. And like I mentioned in the game, they don't have this move to protect the pawn. So there is no checkmate threat. One thing, if they ever move, I can just take. So they played a terrible, terrible, terrible move. King e2. Really bad, really bad. It gives me just so much material, and I'm happy I saw the tactic. Just queen takes. And the idea is that if they recapture, then I have this move. And they can play whatever they want. I can do pretty much anything I want, because this pawn is a goner. But then I can go for this other pawn. And I mean, it's a full rook. I can spend plenty of time converting this, and it will be okay. So that was the game. That was the game. Pretty happy with it. Let me play a quick one, and then I will call it a day. It's close into 1.5 hours of streaming. Or maybe if I find someone playing a slow game, I will go for that. Let's see, observe, not all types. Oh, they're playing the Rapid and Blitz. Naka and Levon Aronian. Whoa, Naka down on time. Naka has really decreased his level. He's still, of course, one of the best in the world, but it seems like he's struggling a little. Okay, they're playing a Sicilian. It was a Ashdorf. Oh, okay. I actually am interested in seeing the opening. And can I flip it? Yep. This is how we flip it. Yep. Okay, so he went with d6. I usually don't like to play d6 because there are checks and exchanges that I am not happy with. So I usually play a6, which is, I think, technically labeled as the classical Sicilian. But he goes with d6. Of course, he's one of the best in the world. I respect him. a6, okay. Nothing wrong with that. Exchanges, yep. I think he's supposed to play e5 at some point. Okay, e5, there you go. Yep, and now there's a point of interest on the d5 square. So bishop d6, yep, that seems pretty standard and somewhat forced. I've seen ideas, not in top level, but I've seen ideas around here. And either knight or bishop. And that is really annoying. Of course, I don't expect the top players to play like that, but how do I go back to normal? I don't want to. I don't want this thing. Okay, I'll just reload it. Okay, and we have Naka Aronian. Okay, back to the opening stage. Oh, I lost the flipping. Okay. Yep. And h5. I guess that makes a lot of sense. Because g4, as it happened in my game. Oh, we have a visitor. Hello, Madiar. How's it going? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Caught me at the end. Was thinking of leaving soon. Have you been watching the St. Louis Blitz and Rapid tournament? I think it started today. Knight bd7 seems okay. Seems to deal with the idea of knight a4. It's a pretty compact position. Black has every piece in the center. Just preparation work so far. I don't see anything special about this. Okay, so look at this. White waited until black played bishop e7 to play knight here. White even played g3 before. One could say white can play now knight d5, but I think the idea is that the exchanges give a clear weight for for black to develop. For example, if white were to play knight here, there might be bishop takes and then pawn takes, and then knowing that this pawn is fast, it's trapped, it won't move ever because there would be a pawn here, then black would say, no, I'm happier developing my bishop here and maybe going for an exchange, or at least trying for another diagonal. So I think that's why they waited until black played bishop e7. Exchanges, the same thing happened though. The same thing happened, so maybe I'm just in the wrong, and that was not the plan. Okay, the pawn on d5 is hanging at the moment. So what is white's idea? Of course, black hasn't castled. Black hasn't castled, and that's something to be careful of. Yep. Okay. Nothing crazy, like just castling and saying, oh, your bishop is no match for my rook, like, or my rook is not better in that case, whatever. I fear f4. I fear f4 definitely. Okay. Going for some maybe breaks around there. I still fear f4. I don't like f4. I know the knight would protect the pawn on e4 if black were to push, but it still doesn't. There you go. There's f4. Okay. Well, there's f4. I stopped struggling with the interface. Like, it doesn't want me to. Okay, now this is something I can. No, this is still shaded. Like, it's in. I don't know. It's in that mode that I don't like. I don't want to have, but I can't get rid of. Can I change it somewhere here in the boards? Yeah, no. I don't know how to get out of this. Okay. Okay, castle. That's a pawn. That's two pawns actually. Can white take in the center right now? I don't see a big threat for that. I don't see a tactical blow, something like boom, directly. Why did you do that? There might be like bishop b6 and, you know, whatever, but I don't see anything special about that. a3, okay. Okay, so this is the current position. And I'm not sure if I will be getting live moves. The time... Okay, time is running, so I'm... Okay. That's how you get out of this mode, I guess. Oh, wait, what happened? Yep, this is how I want it. Cool. Okay. I learned something today. Naka down on time a lot. Naka down on time. Oh, sorry, this is not the last position. This is the last position. Oh, okay, okay, very interesting. Bishop f6 protecting g7. There might still be ideas around this. I would not be surprised to see a sack around here. I would not be surprised. This might also be another idea to push here and there. That's a check. So the knight, of course, would be hanging. They will not allow this, but it's up there. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you all for stopping by. I very, very much appreciate your views. If you haven't, please click the follow button. I would very much appreciate that, and stay tuned for my Twitter and join me on Discord. I'm usually hanging out there, and you can ping me any time of the day, even if I'm not streaming. That's fine. I will reply as soon as I can. Thanks so much. Have a great end of the weekend, and see you guys soon.